Hey guys, Redrix here. Hopefully you're doing well. Just want to make a really quick intro before we get into this video. One thing I want to tell you all is that I'm still here, I still exist, and I want to make a lot of videos going into Season of Deep, and I'm not a dead channel, obviously, but I wanted to talk about how our subscribers are doing and how the channel has been going. And I really want to emphasize this to anyone who is interested in the subscribing, that I will be covering a lot of videos going into Season of Deep and in the season itself. I really want to start a progression here of making a lot more videos. I was a bit busy in May and I really want to get back at it, but I need you guys to do me a little favor, and if you aren't subscribed, please do, but share it to your friends. We're at that very low range right now with only like 96, 97 people, like 97% that are not subscribed, and that's pretty low. We're not even at 5 anymore of percent that people are subscribed, so it's just a bit low, and I would really hope that you guys could help us out. We're not even at 25k yet or 30k, and I have a lot of big things planned, like giving away stuff and doing fun entries and all these awesome videos. So I only ask of you, if you don't mind supporting the channel, to help us get to those goals for you guys, obviously, and for me, so I can make more videos and, of course, help us contribute to bigger videos down the line. But let's get right into this video. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in this video, and guys, we are going to get right into it. Now, with Lightfall being a disappointment, now I just want to point off, if you did love Lightfall, if you enjoyed it, I'm glad. If you like Season of Defiance, I am also glad. But this is going to be, going into the community's reaction, the majority of the community, and that's what opinion I'm going to use, as it's going to support my case in the why Season of Deep is a big season that Bungie really needs to get right. More like putting expectations on the season of a chosen type season for this next one, if we're going to get back to that stage of, okay, seasons are going to be a W now going forward towards the final shape. So with Lightfall being a letdown, the seasons are going to be really important, as Bungie needs to invest a lot of time into them so we can get back on track of, okay, we have a clear picture of what we're going to get, and it looks like it's going to be good for the population of Destiny 2. If the seasons were let down, it would be a complete disaster. So the year ahead will feature some big changes to the way we play in Destiny 2 and engage with seasonal content. Again, Lightfall was a letdown. It set the stage for future seasons. The upcoming Season of the Deep will give us a first clear picture of what to expect throughout the Lightfall campaign, and the way it received will determine whether a lot of the players will stick around to see how the rest unfolds. And again, this can be said for the next couple of seasons, Season 22 and Season 23, right before the launch of the final shape, hopefully launching in February of 2024, so we have less than a year till that release. We got to see how these seasoners are going to do, so we can have, a better launch for final shape and for keeping the population around, obviously. It's unfortunate we have to wait so long before we get a sense of how Destiny is changing this year, but the seasonal structure creates a significant gap between the launch of a new expansion and the start of real seasonal content. Season of Defiance, which launched alongside Lightfall, is a smaller, protracted season that isn't all big, but it had some experiences that many people did enjoy, and it might show off some of what next seasons will feature. Like the Witch Queen Season of the Risen, Season of Defiance is largely a companion to Lightfall and introduces a new activity and tells a relative short story, but its structure is no different than the 8 seasons that came before, so that's why there wasn't a lot of high expectations with Season of Defiance. That's changing in May with the start of Season of Deep. According to the director Joe Blackburn, Lightfall in the Year Ahead blog post, Season of Deep will represent a significant departure from the seasonal structure we've known over the past few years. One of the biggest changes is the elimination of a traditional vendor upgrade paradigm, which has been the center of each season since the introduction of the Helm in Season of the Chosen. So yes, Joe Blackburn in one of the tweets, when a lot of people were talking about how seasons back in Season of the Seraph, how there was a lot of backlash in that time, Bungie, Joe Blackburn, has confirmed that there will no longer be a vendor upgrade in Season 21. Now, he did say that we could see it in the future, but Season 21 itself will not have one. This really changes a lot of the progression for Season 21. Of course, we might have vendors. We might have some, like Sloan or some other person have a vendor for upgrades with Titan, but I don't know if that's going to be the same thing like how the last couple of seasons has been, just to let you know. So it's a huge change in terms of that front. Each season, we've completed weekly challenges to earn upgrade materials, which improve our vendor, unlock new abilities and bonuses, and provide access to seasonal gear. Blackburn says that changing in Season of the Deep, we won't be upgrading a seasonal vendor in Season 22 either. The director also promised that future Lightfall season will feature fresh activity experiences on par with the introduction of the Shattered Realm in Season of the Lost and Battlegrounds in Season of the Chosen, really emphasizing that the next couple of seasonal activities will be huge. Now, if Bungie can deliver on that is to be seen, but if they are going to be huge, like Season of the Chosen Battlegrounds or some amazing activity, then the next seasons will be a W. And again, this makes a lot of more attention to Season of the Deep very pivotal for the future of this year for the game. The game is not seen to be that great when Season of the Deep launches. We'll be in a, again, hard place, and we're going to have to wait a whole year till we can get the next expansion drop. So hopefully, again, that Season of the Deep will deliver. Again, we're in a mysterious and exciting place right now. What was revealed in Season of Defiance would be eliminating Umbrella Engrams. It was pretty obvious that the system replacing it would be similar but streamlined, but this feels like an uncharted territory without a seasonal vendor to upgrade. Or are we going to even do all season long? What will be the progression hooks that keep people engaged for the entire season? And how will that tie into the new type of activity coming next season? So as you can see, it's a lot of questions. Even bigger questions remain around the narrative direction for the year ahead. Following the backlash of the Lightfall campaign, Bungie used 2 subsequent TWAB posts to assure us that our questions will be answered, and to remind us that Lightfall is taking a different approach to storytelling than we've ever seen before. With previous years featured self-contained stories and expansions, and then seasons afterward, Lightfall's narrative will be more cohesive story than started in the campaign that will flow through each season. We know that Osiris' investigation in the Veil of Neomuna will continue in Season of the Deep, which will unlock new strand aspects and a brand new hand cannon that was in the promo art for Lightfall prior to its launch. That was never revealed in the Lightfall expansion. So again, there were some things that could be, for us to interpret, that could be that stuff from Lightfall's original base, expansion could have been taken out and put in the seasons, which probably makes sense for its cohesive story expanding onto these seasons. So another big point is that the Lightfall story is basically not complete. At one point, you could say that it's still being, continued, and it's still being, questions are still being answered, and the seasons are going to align on helping Lightfall have a more, again, cohesive story. So it's not always so questionable, I should say. Again, we'll learn more about how the Witness, what it's doing, the goals, the origins, and just continue our battle with the Shadow Legion, which is one of the major threats in the Destiny universe. Season of the Deep has a lot of hefty lifting to do and plenty to make up from its initial Lightfall reactions. It has to reinvent the seasonal model and give us compelling reasons to keep grinding all year long, while also introducing a new kind of seasonal activity we haven't seen before. It also has to pick up where Lightfall in the Season of Defiance left us and tell us its own story while resolving some of the plot threads that came before. If Season of the Deep can't start pulling things together in a satisfying way, many players who already feel left down by Lightfall may not find the motivation to stick with Destiny throughout the entire year. Season of the Deep is the most important season of the year because it will show us exactly what we're in for throughout the rest of Lightfall. If it's strong, much of the Lightfall's fumbles will be forgotten. If it's weak, we may see a lot of people check out entirely until next year's final shape. Again, that really shows you a lot of the things, the narrative, the activities, the gameplay, the quality of life changes, how the season will react overall to the population, if it's going to be a good season or not. And without that vendor upgrade system, which a lot of people do like, there's a lot of questions on how it's actually going to go into of what are we supposed to do? That question, what are we going to do for the next 3 months? Season of the Deep is going to probably go on to the end of August, and for those 3 months without a vendor upgrade system, how are we going to get the upgrades? Will it be around secrets? Will it be around doing other fun activities? We don't know. As we have just been shown that there's going to be new areas on Titan. Will that be a place similar to Season of the Haunted with all secrets around the world that we're going to go and discover and, again, get upgrades in the process of doing so? Or there's going to be a lot of rewards season are there going to be a lot of things to do, or is it going to be kind of left out and sidelined and time gated for later weeks on that many of you might not be around to play because you might find it again annoying to have things time gated? Time will tell, really. Again, a lot of people complain about seasons always being not a lot of content, but because people grind it out in the first week. And then there's also people saying there's not enough content after the 6th, 8th week, and the season's dry for the next 3 months. There's always a lot of concerns with seasons, and you're never going to get it perfect, but with Lightfall's fumble, it makes Season of Deep even more pivotal to the Destiny experience, and that's why I think this season is going to be very important for the future of Destiny in terms of its Year 6 population. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did, then why not subscribe? Again, we're trying to hit 25k, and only 4 to 3% of you guys do subscribe now, so hopefully we can get back to 25k and get more videos going throughout the year. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.